Welcome back. If you've just joined, we've been looking at the South African food crisis and how communities have taken things into their own hands by feeding each other. Don't forget to please make use of our socials. We invite you to start a conversation on any environmental issues happening in your community. We now head back into the conversation with the volunteers of Muiz Community Kitchen. They've actually initiated a campaign to raise 67Ks for 67 days of cooking.
To be human is denied every day to hundreds of millions of people as a result of poverty and the unavailability of basic necessities such as food, jobs, water and shelter, education, health care, and a healthy environment.
Thank you very much. These are meals.
Okay, I
Okay, you can pay it up front.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Living in this world where we have to rely on cash. So as much as we do with our volunteer power and our donations and using what we have, we also need to put cash into our system. So we would like to be as kind of self-reliant as possible. So we thought about a crowdfunding campaign where locals and internationals and all supporters of the kitchen far and wide can contribute whatever they can and put it into the mix, so then we grow something bigger altogether. And that's going to allow us to take action on some of the projects and ideas that we have, which will just help to get the whole thing moving. We have all the different parts of the kitchen and the garden are kind of connected to each other. So it's like growing a big weave in which community can really see the potential when we work together and create something which is bigger than any one of us could have possibly have done by ourselves. It's about working together. We're super inspired by a vision of seeing the kitchen is about food, but it's also about relationship building and people getting to know each other, and that's kind of one of our main intentions with the kitchen, is that it's a space where we can get to know each other, and we see that as a really open-hearted space. And we're inspired by the work that Mandela did to share an open-hearted approach with people of all ages, races, spaces, places, and that's what we want to continue with this campaign. So we cook 3 times a week, so 67 days of cooking will take us into a few months. And the idea is to just kind of upscale some of the equipment we have, help with some of the resources, and then kickstart some of the cool ideas that we have.
Own way, like we try to be like self-sustainability. That is why we created the Muiz coins as a token, so that it will contribute more financial means to the kitchen, because in terms of renting, buying the food materials, spices, ingredients, so it's a lot of money. So that is why we create a self-sustainability, but we still need more fund.
Just on the 67K, and part of the vision is also to cook meals for schools. And again, like we work on the 50 Rand a meal and 15 Rand a meal, the 50 Rand subsidizes the 15 Rand. So the same thing we want to do in schools, and get vegetables into school children from a very young age, so that when they go to schools, we'll be able to provide them with a meal that is nourished, full of nourishment and that sort of thing.
Really getting our bicycle delivery service up and running, because we also see that as a service we'll be able to offer into the community for other things as well, not just only food delivery. We want to really get going with our cooking classes and our nutritional workshops, and then we want to create a product range so that people will be able to support the kitchen, and the kitchen then is able to support a lot more people. So we want to really try and get it all kind of moving.
Hunger in Cape Town, in South Africa and the globe at large seems obscene. There are genuinely sufficient resources in the world to ensure that no one, nowhere and at no time should be going hungry. We know that a peaceful world cannot exist for very long, 1/3 rich and 2/3 hungry. If you wish to contribute to the Muiz Community Kitchen's 67K for 67 Days of Cooking campaign, there are 2 ways to go about it. Gain Given not only allows foreign donation payments, but also gives you the option to become an independent fundraiser for the hashtag Mandela Day 2021. And then there's SnapScan. Simply scan the QR code on the screen and please remember to leave a reference for your donation. If you have a hero in your community who has tackled the South African food crisis out of their own goodwill, then tell us their story at GOG@capetowntv.org. I'm Megan Edwards, and that's it from me for Guardians of Gaia for this week. Adlai E. Stevenson, America's 23rd Vice President, said, "A hungry man is not a free man." Thanks for joining us. Good night.